Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Core Racing Network. Tonight we are here at, well, the round track, as I like to call it, Chicagoland Speedway, as this 1.5 mile unique tri-oval with a rounded backstretch is going to play host to the Hold Your Brakes Academy, presented by PinUpsForVets.com, as this is race number 5 here on the season. We got Matt Ulmer is going to be our pre-race reporter to talk to us about tonight's event, but this is going to be a fun one. Chicagoland is definitely different, and not sure how much time these boys and girls have had a chance to get out here and run Chicagoland, but they're going to be out here for 85 laps here tonight. We'll see who's got the hot shoe. Carl Hamworth joining the booth by Jimmy Cover. Jimmy, back here once again at Chicagoland out here in the Midwest.
I don't want to be in Chicago. That takes me back to like 1995 when I went to boot camp. All right, so let's stay away from Chicago. No. I mean, let's go racing here tonight and looking to get some laps in here. Been watching. They got a nice size field out here, right around 33 drivers if they all take the field. So it's going to be a busy one out here tonight, Carl.
I guess the only question I have is, will we have Bryce Saucier in here rooting for Jackson West? You know, if we have it backwards, maybe if Bryce Saucier will be in the chat throwing 500 down on Jackson West. Well, Jackson West right now is qualified a little bit deeper in the pack right now, back there in the back half of the top 20. But we'll see what the 76 has in store, as field out there qualifying right now, and trying to see if Matt Ulmer looks like maybe not putting in any laps here tonight. So let's go ahead and bring him up here, and we'll get to talk to him here real quick. And now we got the other driver of the 23, Matt Ulmer. Matt, we're here at Chicagoland. You picked this track as your go-to here for the 5th race on the season. So what is it about Chicagoland that you like about this kind of roundish 1.5 mile tri-oval?
How's it going, fellas? To be honest with you, I downloaded the track when they announced that NASCAR was coming back here for next year, and I never ran here before, and I ran it, and dude, it's just a fast 1.5 miles. Kind of reminds me of Vegas a little bit, multi-line. It's just a fun racetrack to run.
Yeah, say what you want about the oval here. At least it's a friggin' track. It's not one that is a street circuit. I despise street circuits as much as Jimmy hates short tracks. I hate short tracks too, but road courses I can deal with. Street circuits, just gross. Street circuits are made for getting to the track, and luckily we're here at an actual track here in Chicago. So definitely, want to bring you up here to talk to you a little bit. And how do you feel your season's gone so far? I know we're finally getting to see you back out there in action. You've been out for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's up and down, guys. Super speedways really aren't my big thing. I thought I ran well at Vegas, but it's been up and down. But you know what, getting back into it, I was out for a little bit, but now back into it, and I'm feeling good. Good.
Well, hopefully you have a good turn here tonight. Looks like decided not to qualify, starting towards the back of this large 30-plus car field here tonight. So we'll definitely wish you luck getting through there nice and cleanly. But before we let you go, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, so first of all, Joe Thomas and PinUpForVets.com. We couldn't have been talking right now if it wasn't for Joe. We appreciate everything that they do. S&M Racing Products, Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel, and I'm doing this for autism today. My son, my 13-year-old son, is a high functioning autism, and you know what? We're just if you want to check out autismspeaks.com, and he's just a great kid, and that's what we're doing this for tonight.
Absolutely a great cause there, so appreciate you hopping on board here with us for that, and wish you luck out there. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you at the end of the race, but if we get any cautions, maybe we'll try and bring you up here in the booth and ask you how the race has been going so far. But either way, good luck to you out there, and we'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
That is driver of the 23, Matt Ulmer, as we are ready and set. We got a big old field here tonight. Jimmy, why don't you give us a rundown?
Yeah, these gentlemen are starting their engines and taking to the track. Tom Lanier will start on the pole here tonight in the number 99 Dave Chapman will be on the outside, and then we have a slew of drivers out there to follow. It's going to be Andrew Jones and James Smith on road number 2, Timothy Presley and Anthony Strickland on road number 3, Dylan Jacobs and Jeremy Gill on road number 4, Aaron Genske and Davis Shively on road number 5, Jeremiah Grau and Jorge Ledesma on road number 6, road number 7, Jake Raven with Drafty Beef, road number 8, Robbie Miner with Sean McLean, road number 9, Joshua King with Thomas Osborne back there. And then back in on the 10th row, it's going to be Jackson West with Ryan Perrone. And then Joe Thomas out there on row number 11 with Don King. Row number 12, Robert Altman with Shane King. Row number 13, Kelly Akron and Quinn McLean. Row 14, Matt Bryant and Bryson Anderson. Row number 15, Tyler Reed and Tristan Miner. Row number 16, Robert White and Matt Ulmer. And bringing up the back of the pack here tonight is going to be Rob Higgs Jr.
We are set and ready to go. Again, we're going to have 85 laps here to get around Chicagoland Speedway. And as usual, these drivers are going to have one fast repair, 50% fuel, and they got 3 sets of tires in the pits to use as they choose. One driver out there racing with a bit of a heavy heart, and I want to send our condolences from the CRN crew and from the Hold Your Brakes Academy. That is Jeremy Gill, unfortunately losing his grandfather yesterday. So racing for a little bit extra out there is the 4 here tonight, but we're ready to get racing here. Pace car is in. Barney's got that green flag, and it's dropping. We are racing here at Chicagoland.
Way to go, past Barney down into turn number 1. Looks like a pretty decent start. We'll take a look at the entry at turn number 1. And we'll work our way around the track here through 1 and 2. Still too wide, then heading out of the exit here. Still doing a fantastic job so far. And obviously, some brushing with the wall, a little banging, clanging, messing with my camera a little bit. But getting around here early tonight, and we'll see the exit of 4 here as they love rubbing that wall a little bit loose up there up front. So it's going to be a close one as they get around here. But Tom Lanier will lead the pack. The 3 of Andrew Jones scraping the wall pretty hard. Almost lost it, but was able to keep control, and everybody checking up behind. Make sure he had plenty of room. So good start for the pack. Maybe a little tighter than they're wanting it early, but they're after it now, Carl.
Yeah, and luckily they're not like 191 running the Gen 6, or we would have had probably about 16 different meatball flags on that first lap. I mean, all they were just brushing the wall. It doesn't matter. It seems like anything was bringing out the meatball flags for the Gen 6 cars. But either way, we are looking at Tom Lanier out front, and got some new paint schemes on some of these cars. Not sure if it's because of the nighttime races here tonight at Chicagoland, or certainly for Halloween coming up as well. I see that number 3 there of Andrew Jones. Got the orange pumpkin car out there. Certainly, I'm sure speaking to you a little bit there, Jimmy.
Yeah, it looks pretty familiar. One of the cars I did for one of our racing events, but that was actually quite a few years ago now, probably about 5, that I painted up for Halloween. That had the pumpkin on it and some other things, but looking good. Yeah, all the cars always look good here at night. Nice clear night here tonight. Drivers starting off pretty well here with a pretty good run as the 115 of Aaron Genske, looking to the inside of the 5 of Dylan Jacobs to try to make a move, but obviously not quite enough room up there to push it out. So 115 going to lose a spot as the 48 is able to make it by. A little bit of closure there as they're trying to handle these cars around here too wide. It's possible. It's just can be a little tight, and you got to be you got to be aware of your surroundings and who's around you, but you're looking good so far up front as they continue to battle too wide. 115 will get back by the 148. I'm just trying to look through the field here. I'll pull the camera out so I can see a little bit more.
Well, and you can see, because we got no fog out here tonight.
No fog tonight. No, I don't want to mess with the contrast. No. Just stop putting fog in the broadcast. In your weather, you can control it. No, but the cars do look good here underneath the lights. At least the track has lights. Sometimes you'll create a session and then maybe forget that track don't have lights at night. So We'll have to reset it, and it's happened before, and it's interesting. I'm still wanting to see how well somebody would do without lights in the track car.
I mean, we've done it before. I think it was at like Talladega, or maybe actually it might have been the Legacy Daytona, which was the original Daytona on the service here before they added the lights, or maybe whatever version it was. I know it was a super speedway, and they wanted to do a night race, but it wasn't the version that had lights. So it was interesting to say the least. I think we ran the Cadillacs, which do have lights, but it was not good at all. It was rough to say the least. And I think we did something else since we realized our screw up. We're like, you know what? Let's take something that really doesn't have any lights. And yeah, it was fun. But luckily, the lights are on here at Chicagoland, and you don't have to worry about the stickers on the front of these cars to illuminate the track, because that's not going to happen at all. As per the movie Cars has taught me, they're just stickers on the front. But right now, the man at the front is Timothy Presley, and he's stretching out his lead. 1.3 second lead for the one, as he qualified up there in fifth. Wasted no time getting to the front. Wasted no time checking out as well. He's in the lead with David Chapman in second. Andrew Jones, Aaron Gansky, good battle there for third, as Dylan Jacobs right there in the mix as well. Thought about going 3 wide. They're your top 5. Jeremiah Grau, Jeremy Gill, Tom Lanier, James Smith, and Jake Raven for your top 10.
Yeah, pretty aggressive up front. Obviously, the driver is battling and trying to get that position. It's allowing Timothy Presley to kind of check out. This track, like Matt Ulmer was saying, allows him to kind of run multiple lines, and each lane has its benefits, whether it's more tire wear or a better grip or a better run out of the corner. It's just really kind of combining them all. But when you're running side by side, you might be forced where you want to be high on one corner, and then you're low, and then you want to be low on the other corner and you're low, so you're only getting half of what you would prefer. So you have to know how to race pretty much most of the lines here in order to have a pretty consistent, great run. But these drivers doing a pretty good job battling it out, but it's allowing Timothy Presley to kind of stretch it out here just a little bit. We'll go back in the field here, just admiring some of the cars out there. You see the Halloween stuff's out, and yeah, that's me. I'm just kind of looking at everybody's Halloween cars and the paint schemes and stuff like that, as I like to do. I do like to paint myself, but I just haven't had a chance to throw any Halloween schemes together, but I haven't really had the reason to. But it is definitely a way to admire the work that some of these drivers put in, or if it was one that you got off of Trading Paints, still admiring whoever made it as well. But good looking paints, good looking cars, great people out there, great fans. Timothy Presley in the lead over Dave Chapman and Dylan Jacobs for your top 3.
A good start here for the boys and girls of the Hold Your Brakes Academy, presented by PinUpsVets.com. I want to thank Joe Thomas out there, driver of the 218, as I'm going to keep saying it anytime I get a chance, especially when he's out there in the field, which he is tonight, back there in 18th position right now. Matt Ulmer, the pre-race reporter here, going back and forth back there in the back half of the top 20s right now, top 30s right now, was up as high as I believe 27th, but slipping back now to 29th, as looks like everything getting refreshed here.
Yep.
As I got the 2 of Drive TV is the only car I see with a paint scheme. I see everybody else white. So,
somebody said the refresh, and I was like, okay, I'll refresh. And this is what they look like. But yes. I know that a lot of the cars are correct. So sometimes it depending on when you loaded the car, it might not take. So the 76 is the one in question, but it's still showing up as the Milwaukee scheme. So if it didn't take, that's what I'm receiving at the moment. So I can only apologize for Trading Paints not working properly, but it is all up to date.
Yeah, and that's what I was seeing too. I think there was 1 week where we seen the 76 as 2 different cars. I think you see it as Milwaukee, and I seen it as something else, but I'm seeing the Milwaukee here as well. But either way, it may not be the right paint scheme, but it is a good looking paint scheme for the 76. And there is the 218, aforementioned Joe Thomas in the back half of the top 20 right now. But the man that is out front is Timothy Presley, and the lead is getting bigger, now out to 2 seconds over David Chapman, leaving everybody else in the dust right now, not even in his wake anymore, as Chapman is in second. He's got a nice little gap, about 0.7 of a second, back to Jeremiah Growell, who's now moved the Zaxby's number 48 into third. Then you got Jeremiah Gill, or just one Jeremiah. Jeremy Gill is in fourth place, as he's up 4 spots as well. Jeremiah Growell is, I believe, he is up the most positions right now. Started in 11th, outside the top 10, and already up into third place. So good start for the 48 here. Another mover up here in the top 10 is Jake Raven. Started in 13th, and he is up to 7th position in the number 37. So good start for him as the 5 off the wall. Dylan Jacobs, pretty heavy shots, but these cars are not the Gen 6s. I mean, as hard of a shot as the 5 took there, I would think at least a little bit of a scrape on the right-hand side. For the Gen 6s, it would have been a meatball, but nothing on the 5 there. So maybe it was that code, but to me, it looked like a pretty heavy shot.
Yeah, I mean, and a caution will fly.
That dog looks like Tyler Reed, Robert Altman. Matt Ulmer's going to get involved. Even Don King going to get a piece of this one as well. So we'll take a look at what brought this one out. 7 pinching down a little bit as a 23 comes off the corner. They come together. And that is what's going to start this. So it's going to be the 23 Matt Ulmer. Trying to see who the 7, it looks like Bryce Anderson. 47, big shot for Tyler Reed into the side, and then the Turtle 94 there of Robert Altman getting in and doing some heavy damage to the back end as well. So we do have a meatball. Unfortunately, Jimmy, our pre-race reporter, it just keeps on happening, Jimmy. We may need to shut it down. For the sake of these drivers, we may need to shut down the pre-race, in-race reporter for the time being, because, I mean, this is getting ridiculous at this point.
I mean, you're the one that keeps inviting them in. I'm just saying.
Listen, you're guilty by association, but it's going to bring the field down into pit lane here. Majority of the field, I would think, is going to come in. Looks like Sean McLean is going to stay out and maybe try and lead a lap here, as he looks to be the only one staying out, as we're already on lap number 19 here. So a good distance into this race. I'm surprised anyone would decide to want to stay out here. I mean, maybe they're thinking another caution going to happen here real quick and get just a little bit newer tires, but it's going to put you back further in the pack. So maybe just going for a little track position here, maybe trying to trap, looks like Robert White, the other one that stayed out here, trying to get the wave around. Should be the lucky dog.
Yeah, I understand Robert White. The 6's selection to stay out, and they over the other 31 drivers. I'd have to raise the flag, as unless you're trying to get a lap led, and that's what you're after for your points chase. But when the whole field comes down, more than likely that's probably what you should do, because you're going to be out there on 20 lap old tires. You're gonna have to come in by yourself. They just went 20 laps, so they just did a quarter of the race, and it does look like he's gonna come in. He's gonna come in this time by, so he's gonna end up going toward the back. I'm not quite sure what position he was in before he gave it up, but you know, it's a tough place to be, you know, and maybe you're like, oh, maybe we'll get a bunch of us to stay out and we'll get some positions, but unable to do that, and you know, staying out there, you're just gonna get eaten up, you know. And then with some of the drivers being newer here at Hold Your Brakes Academy, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's, you know, you don't know how they're going to handle a slower car, especially right off the rip. And the newer tires are pretty extreme when it comes to a lot of these tracks, and they're going to come up on you. They'll have to brake check, and then next thing you know, you're inadvertently maybe causing a caution because you're a little slower and people are trying to get around you. And yeah, so it's just best to kind of come in as a whole. Unless, you know, it's towards the end of the race and it's the only option that you got. Maybe you used all your tires, et cetera, et cetera. But this early on, yeah, I'm coming in with the majority of the field. Now if the leader stayed out and everybody else came in, that's on him, because he doesn't even have a choice. Oh, he has a choice. Everybody just decided to not follow him. What is going on here? Is Rob Higgs?
Yeah, I seen him blink out, and then all of a sudden he shot off to the side. But see, now the problem is with the 6, he did come in to the pits, but pits were closed because he didn't come in that first time by. So he has got a black flag that he's going to have to serve. It's going to be a drive-through penalty.
I don't know if is it a drive-through or is it go down to the end of the longest line?
No, you said before you think it's the longest line, but no, it is a drive-through because we are back to green flag racing here. Not sure what happened there to Rob Higgs. Hopefully that doesn't cause anybody else to get a black flag, but we're back to green flag racing. Back to the lead here, and going to look to try and check out here again as the 88. Going to try and slide in the second, but Jeremiah Grau still trying to move up through the field, battle for second place. Looking at a battle back here for back half of the top 6 right now as well, 5th and 6th. The 5 of Dylan Jacobs battling, and you see everyone else fanning out here is definitely a... Not sure. Looked like Sean McLean trying to come into pits. Not sure if he got it in there cleanly or not, because I'm still showing a black flag. There we go. Now it looks like he entered pit lane.
He's in the pit. Yeah, he's in the pit lane.
Yeah. Well, I seen that he went off track, and then it said he went to enter pit lane. So I was wondering what happened to him. But back to racing here, and we are clicking off the laps here pretty quickly. A nice little, roughly about a 20-lap run to start off this race, and for this league, that's a good start. I mean, this is not exactly, just a hold the flat and nice easy turns here. This can be a tricky little track, and the fact that he went 20 strong to start off this race is good. No,
that's a great run for these drivers, and it's tough, and they're out there doing some pretty heavy racing. You can see right here riding on board on top of Tristan Miner's car back here in Pete number 23, and just kind of looking out in front there, and as he comes down on the apron, and you just got to kind of be careful down there. You got to realize that the drivers above you don't need to let you up, so it's probably better on them to let you up so you don't take them out, but they could pinch you down, and then you're in a real big pickle as you go down to turn 1 on the apron. So just got to be careful that the people around you allow you to get back up on the track there, as it can be a race ender or a fender bender or whatever it may be. But Tristan moving up there now into P number 20, looking to get by the 50 of Ryan Perone Sr. In the Luck Good racing machine there right in front of him on his left-hand side. So running a little higher line here, but having a pretty solid run. This is he's in the middle of the battlefield, as I like to call it, and it's just a lot of heavy racing. Anywhere from like 7th, you can see them. They're side by side back there. Or up 8th, the 115 and the 9 are fighting side by side, and then it's pretty much where all these drivers are battling out. Robbie Miner up to P13. And at number 53, Joshua Viper King in 14th. And the 17 machine, of course. There's a Quaker State car out there, Carl.
That's what I was literally just going to bring up, and it's one thing that my favorite color is green. So anytime I see a Quaker State out there, I definitely enjoy the green cars. Oh yeah, back out of that one. Got a chance to go 4 wide, decided to back out of it, almost got him involved. But yeah, the Quaker State car reminds me of another driver that was my favorite dirt driver growing up, and that was Steve Kinzer, winningest World of Outlaws driver at the time, with just I think he had like 20 championships. It's something ridiculous, but he did have his shot up in NASCAR as well, and he drove for Quaker State when with the World of Outlaws, and he got a chance in the Quaker State NASCAR as well, all green car, and I think I even had an RC Quaker State car when I was little as well. Love seeing the Quaker State back out there. Don't see it at all anymore. I don't believe they sponsor any car in any of the 3 major NASCAR series anymore, but good to see it back out here. But man, not too many people are seeing our the front here tonight. Timothy Presley has got a hold of it here again, not stretching out just yet, as Jeremiah Grau keeping him within reach here. It's only a half a second lead, but these two kind of checking out here a little bit. And you look at the top 5 kind of spread out, half a second from first to second, about a second back to third, another 0.7 of a second back to fourth. Another 9/10 of a second back to 5th. So, I mean, the top 5, no racing whatsoever. They are spread out by at least a half a second each.
No, they just want to get away from everybody else, and I don't blame them as having a good run here and trying to stretch it out. I thought, I wasn't mistaken, and I don't know if they can get the chance to do that here tonight, but I know we have the Matt Ulmer out here for the Nightmare on Oval Street here at Chicagoland because it's Halloween week here, but I believe if I go to the schedule, it has it listed as something else. Is it then? Here it is, schedule.
I think on the schedule it just mentions about the $10 to the race winner
best
night.
Fuel efficiency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chicagoland best fuel efficiency. So I think I think that's like an inner kind of challenge for the drivers here, and then maybe when Sean McLean stayed out that one extra lap, it will show like when he came in, the pits. Obviously, everybody else came in the same, and if he's the one that stays out the longest for that, then he could be the winner of the best fuel efficiency award. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Speaking of Matt Ulmer, not sure if he's having issues here. I see Ulmer went off the track, back on the track now, so not sure what exactly happened there. As he was starting to work his way through the field, he's up there in 21st right now, and we'll see if he. We got a little tap here. Oh, yep. Little shot there from the 19.
Oh.
Good job collecting it, and luckily nobody else was there. Lost a couple spots, but...
and the 19 didn't know the 70.
Kind of getting it back there. And, yeah, but at least we keep it green here and doing a good job as Ulmer is now up 7 spots, dropping back to dropping back to 26th, 27th. So maybe some damage to the 23 here as he's starting to fall back here a little bit. Biggest mover of the race is, I believe, yes, it is our second place driver, Jeremiah Growell, up 9 spots, starting in 11th. But Jake Raven still moving up as well. He's now up into the top 5. He's up 8 spots from his start. Drista Minor, shout out to Samantha out there, as one of the minors has got up 8 spots, actually battling with Matt Bryant right now, back in 23rd. The other minor, Robbie, is in the top 10, started in 15th, and he is currently shown in 10th. So, yeah, right ahead of the Battlefield number 1 for sure.
I went over to just take a look at Robbie, and right behind him, he's got a hornet's nest, starting with the 2 with Drafty Beef, Andrew Jones, Tom Lanier, Jorge Ledesma, Joshua King, Jackson West, all great drivers, and they are running, very, very close to each other, and I'm sure they're trying to race for position. They want to move forward, but the more they fight, the more that the leaders can run away and take advantage of it. But we're not quite to the halfway mark. We're closing in on it. We're on lap 37 of 85. Jeremy Presley is dominating here tonight in the 1. Jeremiah Growell trying to hang on there by the coattails there, and then Dave Chapman Jr. In P number 3. Jeremy Gill is sitting there pretty nicely in P number 4, and in P number 5 is going to be Jack Raven. And I thought I seen a Valvoline car out here earlier during practice, and I just, besides clicking on every car, I haven't seen it go by. But it was like more of a, it wasn't like the Mark Martin Valvoline machine, but it had a very nice paint scheme on it, and maybe I was seeing things. I don't know. Nope, there it is. I told you. Of Bryson Anderson. Very classic, like white, with the just the red and white. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're seeing something different then, because I'm seeing an all black with gold trim Mobile One machine.
No, you got it white with the 7 with the Valvoline on it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where maybe because you refresh it, because I see it on the broadcast that the white with the almost kind of a Herbie-esque paint scheme there. But I'm seeing an all black with gold lettering there, Mobile One. But either way, looks good on my screen, looks good on your screen as well. But the one looking the best right now is that red, white, and blue Wreckers podcast, #1 of Timothy Presley, looking to get it done here tonight. Really good race here so far, as we are nearing the halfway point. We're going to complete 40 laps here this time by. Still got 45 more to go. You see that that Zaxby's number 48 getting a little bit bigger in the mirror, starting to run down Timothy Presley. Does Jeremiah Grau have something to finally switch up the lead here tonight? These two drivers are 2 seconds ahead of the new third place driver, that is Jeremy Gill, as Dave Chapman and Jake Raven about to do battle here, as Chapman into the wall a little bit. It's going to give a chance to Raven here on the inside, as he's trying to move up yet another spot. Real good start here for the 37. Not so good of a start for a couple other drivers though, as Tom Lanier, your pole sitter here tonight, the 99, is back now in 14th and still falling. So not sure what happened to the 99, or if he's playing the very, very long game here, what the case is. Maybe he's going for that fuel strategy bonus. Andrew Jones, another one, the 3 that we mentioned earlier with the pumpkin paint scheme. He is back after starting in 3rd. He is back to 16th position. And right behind him, Anthony Strickland down 11 spots after starting up there in 6th. So 3 of our top 10 are well outside the top 10 at this point. And it's been a difficult race for them, but we're about to have a battle for the lead, Jimmy, as Jeremiah Grau has definitely reeled in Timothy Presley now as their nose to tail.
Yeah, I'm sure Tim's got a mirror full of that super hot pink Zaxby chicken machine that has chased him down, and really wanting to get by here as we're about to hit that halfway mark. Can Jeremiah do it? Does he have the car, the tires, and or is Tim just saving a little bit? Trying to stretch things out just a little bit, since these drivers are pretty far out. You got the 7 machine over Bryson Anderson as their next lap car. It does look like we had something go on. Thomas Osborne's off track. See, the skittle here is slow, but I think it's far enough down there. Yep, by pit lane that nothing is gonna come of that. But I wonder if that was maybe a failed pit stop entrance here. We'll go down here to see what happened to Thomas Osborne. It does look like they tried coming down, maybe to come into pits, missed his mark, and ended up going in this infield there. But because he was off the racing line, you can see him driving back to the pit lane, trying to avoid the bad pit entry. But I think he's still going to get flagged, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he didn't make it all the way back to the yellow, but coming into the pits are our leaders. It is time to make a pit stop here, as the one of Timothy Presley and Jeremiah Grau also coming in, but quite a few others going to be joining them as well. Dylan Jacobs now is your new leader, with Robbie Minor in 2nd, Jorge Ledesma, Josh, and Drafty Beef as, the 218. What happened there? I didn't see that. It glanced off the screen. Was he coming out of the pits, or was that coming?
I think he was coming in. No, he was coming out.
Coming out and gets hooked by the 88, and you really got to be careful, both entering pits and exiting. And I don't think the 88 even knew he was there on the inside, and unfortunately, it's going to be damage for both. But we've got another issue. And it is with our previous leader, the one of Timothy Presley, coming out of the pits, hooks it, brings out a caution. Doesn't look like anybody got involved with him. He's going to have a clean car, but that is not what he wanted to do coming out of the pits. Trying to see if I don't believe he is on the lead lap. I believe you're going to go down a lap here. And yeah, looks like he is down a lap. We'll see. I'm sure he's going to get the waiver out here, but it's going to be an unsafe exit because he went up on the track, so he is going to get a black flag for that. Either way, it's not what our leader before the pit stops here wanted to have happen, and now we're going to have definitely a shakeup, and we'll see some new leaders out there. We'll see if the 48 can now capitalize and Jeremiah Grau, but this is definitely a nice little benefit for our top 8. Dylan Jacobs, Robbie Minor, Joshua King, Jackson West, Andrew Jones, Shane King, Tyler Reed, and Don King had yet to come into the pits. Now the caution is out. Now they get a freebie. They get to come down into pit road, get a nice, easy pit stop here. I'm sure Samantha's happy, at least for Robbie Minor. If Bryce Saucier is out there, I'm sure he's happy with that $500 on Jackson West, as he is going to benefit from this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing about staying out a little bit longer. Not that you want to see a caution come out, but, you know, if it does happen, you can benefit from it, especially from a shorter track. And you can see all the cars that want to lap down, even your leaders. Now they will obviously get that wave around with all those cars on that came in. And they'll have a couple lap newer tires, not many, but they'll have a couple lap newer tires. So it could be good, it could be bad, you know, depending on how long it takes the tires to kind of warm up here. But yeah, good move and jump there for some of these drivers. Obviously, you can look like somebody like Tyler Reed in number 47 getting wrapped up early in an earlier incident, now sitting currently in P5. That's up 24 spots. Shane King up 18 spots. Robbie Minor up 12. And Joshua King up 15. And then your current leader, Dylan Jacobs, up 6. So definitely a big benefit for a few of them drivers. And then obviously there's some downfalls for some of the others. But yeah, we got a couple black flags out there for maybe some unsafe pit entries. Yeah, I'm not quite sure on the black flag thing. So do they? Sometimes I get the leagues messed up. Obviously the incident counts I know was pretty low with that. Was that hold your brakes? But anyways, the one of the leagues had a really low incident count, which really shook things up.
I believe it was last week at Talladega. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And I don't know if they changed. I wonder if I could see that in the info.
Yes, it is. It's 10x before you get a drive-through, and 17x for the DQ.
There you go.
So it's still pretty tight out there for these drivers. And granted, we've seen some good green flag laps here, and even this one right here. I mean, it was literally a single car incident with Timothy Presley losing it on the access road, coming back on there. But he's going to have to serve that penalty once we get back going here. Looks like we're going to have the wave rounds. Yep, the wave rounds are going to go around right now. So we should have... Trying to see how many are going to be back on the lead lap as people
24
around here. There we go. Yep, I was scrolling down. Yep, there's 24 cars back on the lead lap here. Not sure what happened to Don King, as he got a penalty here as well, and he is down a lap, as he was one of the cars that was able to benefit from this caution. But you see, we only got 4 lanes double file. Everybody else single file because it was waiver rounds. Dylan Jacobs, your new leader, he leads them back to the green flag. Robbie Minor now battling with Joshua King for second place. You got the 3 of Andrew Jones. These drivers that we were talking about that were kind of hanging back there a little bit. Well, the 3 of Andrew Jones now back up into 4th position. The 60 of Shane King now getting up here in the mix as well. So the 2 Kings on the outside, no relation, but certainly don't mind being relatively close to each other in the top 5 right now.
I see what you did there. It's obviously a decent start, and obviously a good way for these front few to kind of benefit everybody having to start single file as they took that wave around. And you see Timothy Presley heading back down to the pits there.
Don King.
And Don King, Strickland, Anderson to serve them black flags here. So tough break for especially Timothy Presley, as he pretty much led the first half of the race. But that's racing for you, ladies and gentlemen. Things can happen. You can make mistakes, and then you find yourself in a pickle, in a battle to kind of come back. And I'm sure he'll be hard on himself for making whatever small mistake that he made. Yeah, right now Dylan Jacobs is trying not to make any mistakes, as he's now trying to run away with this thing here, with Shane King in P number 2, Joshua King in 3rd, Robbie Minor in 4th, Andrew Jones in 5th.
And Timothy Presley came in with a pretty sizable lead in the point standings, 71 points ahead of Jorge Ledesma Jr., Andrew Jones in third, Shane King and James Smith for your top five. David Chapman not too far back as well there in sixth place. Shane McLean, Jake Raven, David Shively, and Robert Altman for your top 10. The winners so far this season, Jorge Ledesma picked up 2 wins so far. Then Timothy Presley and James Smith each picking up 1. So we'll see if we get a new winner out here tonight. Certainly, I'm sure your leader right now, Dylan Jacobs, would love to get up there and crack the win column and maybe start moving his way up through the point standings. Comes in tonight, 25th in the points, so you'd love to start making his way up there. Jorge Ledesma Jr., most wins on the season with 2, second place in the points, but right now buried a little bit back in the pack, 10th place right now, trying to hopefully be there at the end of this race. As coming by this time, we're going to complete 55 laps, 30 laps to go.
Yeah, 30 laps to go. Now it's the question of when is that next pit stop?
And will it happen under green or under caution? I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I would think if they stay green, there's definitely going to be another pit stop here, just based on the last round right there, unless it was right at the fuel window. But I would assume we're going to see another pit stop here before this thing is over. But while we are racing nice and green here, we'll step aside here for a brief moment and give everyone out there in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
Hello here. The sights and sounds here at Chicagoland with the Hold Your Brakes Academy, getting this thing done. Still under green here as Dylan Jacobs is leading the way over Shane King in second. Robbie Miner finds himself in third, and then back by a little over a second, the 3-car of Andrew Jones. Joshua King is in fifth, and Jackson West is in sixth, and Jeremiah Grau, Jorge Ledesma, Jake Raven, and Jeremy Gill round out your top 10.
A nice little run again for these drivers here for the Hold Your Brakes Academy, presented by PinUpsVets.com, and should be seeing pit stops here probably pretty soon. And you kind of wonder, I mean, you want to get in there early so you can get maybe a short pit done and get out there, get some of those fresh tires to work and try and move up through the field that way. But you seen what happened to Timothy Presley and some of the others that came in early. They got trapped, went down a lap, had to take the wave around because luckily they got the wave around with the caution coming out. So you take a chance coming in early, as it's certainly been a lot of green flag racing here tonight, Jimmy. But it's not for lack of racing, because they're mighty racy out here tonight.
Yeah, and that's, Chicagoland is, we were talking about earlier at the beginning of the race here, 2 wide, possible 3 wide, and you could probably even pull off 4, but the corners are a bit tight for that. You can see them kind of bobbling around as they come off turns number 2 or 4 and 2, yeah, it's definitely a little bit tighter on the exits, so I don't recommend it. No more than 3, and then if you're at 3, you need to be really paying attention to the drivers around you, especially if you're in the middle, because you can't let the car drift out. You can't bring it down to the bottom, and you're watching that guy on the bottom, and hopefully he doesn't come up into you because you're holding him down there. There's all kinds of
right there.
Good.
Esma slides up, gets into the 48 into the wall. But you talk about recommendations, and we'll keep with the Halloween theme here, as this is Nightmare on Oval Street here tonight. And put it out there to SeaRan fans, your favorite scary movie series when it comes to Halloween. Halloween, Friday the 13th, or Nightmare on Elm Street?
Series. We have it be Charlie Brown and the Pumpkin Patch.
I'm talking about ones that are kind of iconic for having more than even just a trilogy. Obviously, Halloween had a ton of different movies. Friday the 13th, same thing. Nightmare on Elm Street. It definitely, for me, that one's just iconic. Some of the original ones. I mean, just the effects that they did. Although nowadays looks weak, but back in the day, seeing the wall, kind of like molding to somebody trying to like force their way through a drywall, even though it wasn't. It was just crazy to think of. But yeah, it definitely brings me back just even thinking about some of those older movies.
Yeah, it's I think every now and then I'll be like on one of the streaming services, and I'll find like the old cartoons, and I'll throw it up, and I'm like, man, I used to watch this.
Yeah, yes.
It's like just how far TV has come. But I think as far as some of these drivers concerned, they are already in to get a gas and go here. Jake Raven already in, Drafty Beef, Matt Bryant, Kelly Akron, Quinn McLean, all coming in to make sure they have enough fuel to the end here. And so we should be seeing some pit stops here happen very, very shortly by maybe the leaders. But they're all a little bit scared if if a caution comes out exactly when they come in. So they want to probably make sure most of the people have come in, and depending on how far back, you see another group coming in: Jeremiah Grau, James Smith, David Chapman, Tyler Reed, Matt Ulmer, all coming in here, relinquishing 8th to about 12th. So we'll see where they fall, and is it going to be enough time? But Dylan Jacobs coming in right now as well. Looked like a pretty nice entry there. Pretty Didn't look too fast, but looked nice and smooth. You know, because some people will come in, they'll brake check themselves right there at the those cones, so they don't get a speeding pit entry. But that was pretty smooth there for the 5. It looked like it had a pretty good momentum. But Shane King is going to be given the lead here on with only 11 laps to go, but already down on the apron, looking to bring in the number 60.
Sideways, but gets it loaded up. No penalties there for the 60. But now here's the question, Jimmy. We're 10 laps from the end of this thing. Seeing just about everybody that came in so far taking 4 tires. Do you elect and go for fuel only here on this last run?
10 laps to go?
We're down to 10 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm trying it. I'm trying it down there, and I'm sure there's going to be a few that have. And right now you can see Jackson West down there coming in as well, trying to get her load up. 3 down there as well, or Vander Jones getting it slowed up there by the 4 of the cones. I think, Carl, that is going to be it for all the drivers. And right now it puts Jake Raven in position to take the lead. And I think he just took gas.
No, everybody that's come in so far has taken 4 tires. Waiting to see if these final 3, Andrew Jones, Joshua King, looks like Joshua King taking 4 tires, Jackson West 4 tires. Will Andrew Jones decide to take 4 tires? Looks like he is taking 4 tires as well. So everybody in the field taking 4, and that surprises me. If you're somebody back in the pack, you know, that's a good, 5-6 seconds you can pick up on everybody else. I mean, granted, you got to make it last for those last 5-6 laps. But here's the battle for the lead now down the backstretch. Dylan Jacobs to the inside of Jake Raven. That is the pass for the lead. Tom Lanier, we said, he had the pole, fell pretty far back, didn't know what was going on with the 99. Well, he's back up there in 3rd right now, trying to hunt these top 2 down. But the clock is ticking. We're down to 8 laps to go here at Chicagoland. I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in here tonight. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Get in touch with everything that we have to offer here at CRN. But this is looking to be a pretty good one here down to the end. Dylan Jacobs in the lead, trying to check out now from Jake Raven, because Tom Lanier is looking to try and reel these drivers in, but he's got older tires is the problem. I don't think he really can reel them in. Dylan Jacobs, I think he's in the catbird seat here. He's got 3 lap newer tires than Jake Raven, and newer tires than a lot of the drivers here that are directly behind him. The next closest one that's got newer tires is Shane King, but he's back there in 5th, 4.5 seconds back. So I think this is Dylan Jacobs' race to lose.
Man, it's definitely looking that way as we're down to 7 laps to go and out to a nice almost 1 second lead over Jake Raven that's sitting back there in Pete number 2. Tom Laniers for your top 3, then Jeremy Gill, Shane King, Davis Shively.
Robbie Minor, Davis Shively having an incident.
Hang
Doesn't
on,
look like it's going to
Rob.
bring out a caution. But no caution for the incident here. We're going to keep it green. And coming up on the final 5 laps of the race, can anyone challenge Dylan Jacobs here to the end? Looks like Tom Lanier's now got company from Jeremy Gill, who's got company from Shane King. 3-way battle here for 3rd place.
Yeah, coming down these last final laps, and if somebody's close, they're gonna push. And right now it is the 60 of Shane King looking to get around with Jeremy Gill, but Jeremy Gill getting up here into 3rd place at the moment. Just can he hold off the 60 of Shane King as he's looking to get a podium this week, it looks like. So Jeremy Gill's going to have his hands full with that 60 for the next few laps as the 60 looks to the outside.
Last week, your top 3 was James Smith, Timothy Presley, Bryce Anderson. None of them anywhere to be found here tonight. Timothy Presley had that earlier incident where he caused a yellow right after he came out of the pit lane, got the black flag for an unsafe exit. He is buried back there in 26th right now, so a big points loss for your points leader here tonight. But the man out front looking to get it done is Dylan Jacobs, trying to grab his first win on the season. as he has now got a 2-second lead over Jake Raven, who's got a 3.5 second lead almost over Shane King. So the top two look pretty locked in here, barring any kind of incidents here to finish this race out, which is now, this time by, going to be down to 2 laps to go.
This thing coming down to an end and coming down to an end quickly. So next time by, see, yep, this will be 2 laps to go as Dylan Jacobs picks up. Oh no!
70 hard into the wall. Yellow flag is out, and this thing is not over. The last thing that Dylan Jacobs, Jake Raven, I'm sure even Shane King wanted to see, and it involves Shane King there as a 70 bounces off the wall. Oh, and the 48 heavy impact there from Jeremiah Grau as he's going to get involved in this one. Don King ended up jumping to the pits as well. And I think, yeah, Jeremiah Grau had to jump to the pits. He wasn't going to make it back, so that's going to be the end of the night for the 48 as well. Tough one to end it here, but 85 ain't enough. We got to go overtime here, as now Dylan Jacobs has got everybody right back behind him, but he's still got a nice little buffer. Again, he pit on lap number 74. Shane King now right behind him, pit on lap number 75. You got Joshua King pit on lap number 76. You know, a couple lap newer tires isn't enough to get it done. Green, white, checkered. The 5 has got the control here. I think my money's here on the 5.
I mean, he has an advantage. Obviously, the control car, so he can kind of get out there. His tires are in the middle. He's been quick all night, so he should be, even if somebody can catch him, they're going to have to catch him on a lot newer tires. And hopefully they weren't overdriving it earlier, because I think Dylan Jacobs was just kind of cruising here tonight as he was able to take over after Timothy Presley pretty much brought it in. But you see some drivers coming in here. That's Sean McLean back there. He's a few laps down, but why not bring it down and finish this thing up with some fresh set of tires. Joe Thomas coming in the pits. See some of the back of the pack trying to take some new tires here. Shively West gonna go in and probably take tires here as well. Giving up middle pack spot, so yeah, I hope it works out for them to make it back through half the spots that they just gave up.
Well, we got a green, white checker to finish this thing out. And we got the poll up there. Green, white checker, who you got? We got the 5 of Dylan Jacobs, the 37 of Jake Raven. We got the 60 of Shane King, and the 4 of Jeremy Gill. And I mentioned before the race, certainly racing with Evie Hart here, losing his grandfather yesterday, so racing for a little bit extra here tonight. So I would love to see that 4 get up there onto the podium, maybe a chance yet for the win. But he's at the oldest tires out of the top 4 right now. Going to be tough to try and match the pace of these top drivers. We'll see how it plays out, though, because you never know. Pace may not dictate it here tonight. It may end up being some dive bombs and some late race passes here, and we'll see if 1 green, white, checkered is enough. They have 3 possible attempts here to get it done tonight. I'm not sure if 1 is necessarily going to be enough. And just noticing another paint scheme. I'm seeing the number 5 with the farmer's paint scheme, and I'm seeing him as just all black on the broadcast. So certainly some issues here with the with training paints one way or another. So we apologize, and unfortunately it's more often than not out of our hands, and not much you can do.
It's also a part of when everybody changes paint so often.
Yeah.
Sometimes the system doesn't either register it, or trading paints doesn't take it. So you got to do it kind of early in the week and make sure that it's not like 20 minutes before or during the race. And sometimes it just does. iRacing doesn't get a chance to sync up. They have a hard enough time for net codes and not having illegal meatballs, let alone keeping paints synced up. So with a third-party program, so that's just modern technology for you. But we got a couple laps to go. They are in turn number 3. Who's it going to be? Can they make it to the end from here on out? It's Dylan Jacobs, Jake Raven, Shane King, Jeremy Gill, and Joshua King Tom Lanier, Drafty Beef, Jorge Ledesma, Robbie Minor, and James Smith for your top 10.
Oh, we got one vote for Jacobs, one for Raven, one for Gill. Nobody voting for Shane King. So I guess give me the 60 as we're back to green flag here. The 5 gets a good start. The 60 of Shane King on the inside. The fearless leader, the man behind the curtains here at Hold Your Brakes. As he dives off into turn number 1. He's now up to second. I think you better change your votes here, people, because that 60 is on a mission. He's looking for the lead. They head into turn number 3. It's 2 laps to go right now, and he's going to dive it down to the inside. Can he get the rotation through 3 and 4? Not just yet. He's going to pull side by side. Little bobble there from the 5. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. 1.5 miles for the 5 of Dylan Jacobs to hold off the 60. Shane King going to drive it hard into 1. The outside line is going to get a little bit better of a run off the corner, but no, a little bobble from the 5, and the 60 is going to be shot out of a cannon down the backstretch. Is the 5 out of fuel? He is slow on the backstretch. And now the 17 to the inside. It could be 2 Kings at the top of the boards, and it will be Shane King, your winner here tonight. Joshua King coming home in second. Jake Raven in third.
What a battle to the finish, and I didn't even think about fuel. Just enough to kind of come by, but a kind of a tough break for the 5 here tonight, as it does look like he will finish in 20th. So losing fuel there on the backstretch, not quite enough fuel to make it around those couple extra laps here. Everybody coming in, swaying, swerving, missing. So good run there by everybody here tonight. Just to give a shout out to all the drivers that attended here tonight. Just to give a shout out to the number 4, Jeremy Gill. Probably won't talk to him tonight, but obviously thinking about him and his family for their loss. So good run there tonight, Jeremy. Glad you had a chance to kind of get a chance to run here with everybody and maybe take your mind off of everything for just a little bit. But Shane King is going to be your winner, up 23 spots, so your biggest mover of the race as well. Let me take this ticker down here. There we go, and bring up the standings here. Race.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's that's what iRacing can do for some out there, whether it's out there on the track, whether it's right here, watching on CRN. It's a chance to kind of unplug from life for 5 minutes, for a half hour, for an hour, whatever it may be. It's a chance to just let your hobby take over here for a little bit and just kind of relax and hopefully have a good time out there. Certainly a good time for Shane King and Joshua King, as well as Jake Raven. We'll talk to them here in a moment, but I want to thank Matt Ulmer for the sponsor here tonight. Not exactly the race that Ulmer wanted, I'm sure, but a Nightmare on Oval Street ended up putting on a pretty good race here at Chicagoland under the lights. As we'll get to talk to our top 3 here in a moment. But Jimmy, why don't you give us a final rundown of tonight's results?
Yeah, final rundown. Shane King, Joshua King, and Jake Raven are podium finishers here tonight. We'll talk to them shortly. There's Jeremy Gill, Jorge Ledesma finishing in that top 5. Robbie Minor walks away with a P number 6. Drafty Beef in 7th. James Smith in 8th. Tom Lanier in 9th. And Aaron Genske in 10th. And then the rest of the field will be David Chapman Jr., Matt Ulmer will finish in 12th after being kind of wrapped up in some earlier things. Robert White finishes in 13th. Jackson West in 14th. Davis Shively in 15th. Robert Altman in 16th. Ryan Perrone in 17th. Matt Bryant in 18th. Kelly Akron in 19th. Dylan Jacobs will finish in 20th. Tyler Reed, Tristan Miner, Joe Thomas, Quinn McLean, Timothy Presley, Thomas Osborne, Bryson Anderson, Sean McLean, Anthony Strickland, Jeremiah Grau, Don King, Andrew Jones, and Rob Higgs Jr. to finish out your field here tonight. I'll go ahead and fast forward on the screen here as well so you can see where everyone was at. There was 20 cars still in the lead lap. Tyler, Tristan, and Joe were only 1 lap down. Timothy Presley and Quinn McLean ended up 2 laps down. Thomas Osborne was 3 laps down. And then Bryson Anderson, Sean McLean, and Anthony Strickland 5 laps. Jeremiah Grau 6. Don King was 10. Andrew Jones 12th. And then Rob Higgs Jr. 67 laps down as he had a quick exit from the car and never came back out. So hopefully everything is all right with Rob, as we've seen him on the track having fun and having some success last season. But Carl, looking ready to talk to these drivers here and see how their race was for them in their cars.
Yeah, we got our top 3 here in the booth. Again, I want to thank everyone out there in CRN Nation. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer, as this is just race number 2 for us for the week. Tomorrow night, we have the continuation of the Core Xfinity Series playoffs, as they are going to be heading to Phoenix for race number 2. Just got done with Talladega last week. Now we head to the 1.5 mile, actually 1 mile, I believe. I'm losing track now of what Phoenix is. But either way, the track out there in the desert, and then certainly a funky little tri-oval just like Chicagoland is here tonight. So tune in tomorrow night for playoff race number 2 for them. But tonight, we got our top 3 here and ready to go. 3rd place, Jimmy, is going to be the 37 of Jake Raven.
They're clapping my ass cheeks, keeps alerting my parents.
Forgot to turn it off. If that's the way you feel, Jake, that's the way you feel. But anyways, welcome to the booth here, Jimmy and Carl. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. Pretty good race out there for everybody, and you kind of walked away here with that getting your car up 10 spots here tonight. And we figured we'd give you a little bit of time to give us a rundown on how everything was out there for you.
Yeah, I mean, the track was fun. The car handled great. There was no issues with that. That first caution in the middle of the pit cycle really threw everything for a loop, kind of flipped the field on its head. So I'm sure that was quite interesting watching everybody kind of try and battle back through there as they could. I'm not really sure how the last pit stint went, where me and Dylan got to the front. I don't know if I just pit at the right time or if some people had some issues with their pits, because I know I was really far behind the leaders. But overall, it was great battling, very clean racing. That's the kind of stuff that you want to see every week, and I couldn't ask for a better finish, despite the late caution.
Yeah, obviously the late caution bringing everybody back together, and I think it was everybody's selection of depending on what you took, whether it's tires, fuel, just rights, or all 4 tires. So either way, whatever you chose, put you up there towards the front and gave you a great run here to the end, and obviously being able to capture that 3rd place finish here tonight. So from CRN and everybody else out there in attendance, we want to say congratulations and give you some time for any shouts on that number 37.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. I got to always give a shout out to my girlfriend. She's always out there in the chat watching and rooting me on. You guys putting on a great broadcast every week. I know people love it. All the admins that put time into just making everything run good, constantly working on the rule set, trying to make things fair. Pin up for vets. They're a huge sponsor. Vets really need to be recognized more. So being able to at least support with them is a big thing. The S&M racing products, their button boxes and other great gear, just fantastic. They really, really help ease the transition so you don't have to work with the UI in the game in the middle of the race. Majestic Promotions, all their great quality apparel. All 3 of those sponsors are just amazing. And I think that's about it. It's been a fun run, and I'm finally glad to be on the podium.
Yeah, definitely a chance to get up here. Obviously, it should help your points battle out for the season. Plenty of more races to go, as next week we all see it. Yep, next week you guys are at Indy. So Hope
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, Indy, and it says hard charger / best military paint. And notice that you obviously have the Charlie Strong symbol on top there, supporting just a few weeks ago event. So looking to see what that 37 will bring to the table as far as paint schemes as well. But again, congratulations on your third place finish. Thanks for the shout outs, man. We really appreciate it up here, and I'm sure the sponsors do too. And we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right, thanks. I'll see what I can drum up.
Yes, sir.
That is your third place finisher here tonight, the 37 of Jake Raven. Second place here tonight is going to be the man with the right last name, but brother from another mother. That is Joshua King coming home in second place. Josh, I got to imagine this maybe came as a bit of a surprise here at the end. You weren't exactly running up front all night long, but lo and behold, cautions come the right way, and you have the right strategy at the right time. You find yourself here in second place.
Yeah, podium definitely is a shock. I knew I was confident with the way I could save tires here, and if we got some green flag runs, which we did tonight, so that finally helped me this season. It's been rough, man. Like, you guys see it where I've been finishing. Been a struggle bus, but yeah, podium definitely works out. I pit a couple laps later than everyone else, so I knew I was going to be faster than Jake and Jeremy. Just had to get the right line, and I mean, absolutely wild Dylan running out of gas. But as many times as things haven't worked out for me this season, I worked out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we take it as, you know, the points champion from the season before. You're kind of feeling bad for everybody, deciding to just kind of lay low for a little bit. And all of a sudden now, you know, 5 races tonight, now you're starting to turn it on here a little bit. So maybe we'll see a rise up through the point standings as we start getting to the heart of the schedule. But, I mean, either way, yeah, like you said, it's been a rough season to start here. And, I mean, this is your first top 5 of the season, let alone only your second top 10. So it's got to feel good to crack through and at least get up here and talk to us here one more time.
Yeah, man, I've been missing that for sure. I mean, season champion to like, this guy can't run inside the top 20, let alone top 5. But really happy for my team too. It's been kind of the struggle bus on the team front also, and there's a ton of money on the line for the team championship this season. So we wanted to right the ship tonight, and I think we made some strides to do so. First and second place, obviously, will be good with the scoring system. Our last scorer is Matt. He started 32nd, finished 12th. So I mean, we're really happy with our results tonight. We're going to keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. A good bounce back, as he wasn't exactly having the best race either. So the fact that he got close to a top 10 is a nice little win for you guys. But either way, take some time to celebrate this podium here, and we'll see if you can maybe keep this string going here, and maybe get some good finishes in a row. Talk to you more often. But before we let you go here tonight, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Oh, yeah, man. The league sponsors for sure. Pinupsforvets.com, Joe Thomas, all they do. You guys, of course, with the broadcast. And then our other league sponsors, Majestic Promotional Brand Apparel. They're also team sponsors, as well as XM Racing Products, longtime sponsors of Royalty Motorsports. And now the league, which is really cool that they came on too. And shout out to everyone at Royalty Motorsports, Royalty Racing Network, everybody that watches us week to week and cheers us on. And thanks for talking to me again. I forgot how this works.
Well, we need to get you familiar again here. As congrats again on your second place. We'll let you go celebrate, and hopefully it's not too long before we talk to you again.
Yeah, hopefully not, man. Hopefully be next week.
Exactly. That is your second place finisher here tonight. The 17, Joshua the Viper King. Top spot here tonight is going to be the man with the right name and the right finishing spot. That's going to be Shane King in the 60.
Shane, Jimmy and Carl up in the boot to copy.
Hey guys, you missed me? I hadn't been up here in a couple weeks.
I mean, I have almost forgot your name. I mean, I mispronounce everybody's name all the time. I just almost forgot yours altogether. No, just kidding, man.
I figured.
No, it's good to see the 60 up here tonight. Right spot, right time, and you know, things fall your way. You're able to drive that 60 here to victory. Give us a rundown of your race, man. How it was going. Obviously, a lot of green flag runs, but a couple cautions flown in there, or to mix it up a little bit.
Well, if it wasn't for that caution late in the pit stage, because I qualified terrible. I was back in the 20s. I don't remember, 21st, 24th. Okay. Way to hammer that home.
Saying, I'm just saying.
But
I mean, it's good. You're the biggest mover of the race.
yeah, but so and passing was hard. Like this is a tough track to pass on because the outside line carries momentum, but the inside line can pull you. You can drive it deep into the corner. So passing is really tough, and I was really having to move around a lot to try and get through traffic. And then I was just trying to stretch my fuel as long as I could on that one run because I was thinking about less tire wear at the end of the race. So I wanted to stretch my pit stops because our pit window was like every 26 laps, green laps. So I wanted to stretch it as far as I could to have as fresh of tires as I could for the end of the race. And it just so happened that the yellow flew and I was still on the track. And I had 0.4 of a lap of fuel left when the caution came out. I instantly killed my ignition and coasted to the pace car, waiting for pit road to open.
It's definitely a spur of the moment decision, and to be able to cut your car off. I know some people don't even know how to do that correctly.
Well, if they want an easy way to do it, go to smracingproducts.com. They have a button box that will handle all of that and make it super, super simple.
There you go. There's one shout out for S&M Racing Products. But yeah, I mean, it's something that obviously when you're in a league with a lot of greener drivers, I guess you're going to call it, because everybody out here has some sort of talent. They were out here and then you guys were able to get a lot of green flag runs or laps. You guys did, pit stops under green and everything, and it was just a good sight to see here. A few cautions always makes things interesting and mixes it up a little bit. And obviously it's that I'm gonna go in and get fuel and tires, and the other guy's like, I'll just stay out one more lap, and then a caution like that will happen, and then you can benefit from it. So 60 being able to kind of take that flag and run with it here tonight, and obviously the late run, the late caution really puts you in the spot to make a run for the gold here, for the win. So you were able to do that. You walk away the victor here. So we want to say congratulations from up here in the CRN booth, and obviously everybody else that was out there watching. But we also want to give you some time for any shouts you might have in at number 60.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And I got to tell you, I was so shocked when I was battling Dylan on the backstretch, and I was worried about 3 and 4 because I knew the high line was good coming off of 4. And I heard his engine bobble, and I looked over. Thankfully, I have triples, and I can do that. And I saw his car jerk, and I went over the team Discord chat, and I said, oh, my God, he's out of gas. And then all of a sudden, he just fell backwards. I was like, this is unreal.
Yeah, it was unfortunate as he fell all the way back to, I think it was 20th. 20th, yeah. So,
yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame because when he was leading on the stint before that, I couldn't catch him. I could hold even, but I could not catch him.
Yeah, a lot of people went down tonight. Obviously, you had the one of Timothy Presley who just dominated the beginning half and then ended up with his troubles, ended up finishing towards the back of the pack here tonight. So definitely a great points race for y'all. So, yeah, it just things happen here tonight. But, yeah, just go ahead and whoever you got shouts, man, for on that 60 or all open ears, and I'll let you do that.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to shout out the league, the Hold Your Brakes Academy. I'm super proud of how all these drivers handled this track. Like, the racing was great. I qualified terrible, so I had the opportunity to race around most of the field at some point, and everyone did a great job. I'm proud of the league, and this is the kind of racing that I like to see. This is the kind of racing that's fun. Second of all, my condolences, and HYBA would like to send their condolences to the Gill family. Jeremy Gill, the driver of the 4-car that drives in the league, he lost his grandpa over the weekend, so our condolences to him. I'd also like to shout out Majestic Promotional Branded and Apparel. Google their name. I'm sorry, the website is too long for me to remember, but I'd like to give them a shout out, as well as pinupsforvets.com. Any organization that wants to take care of our older vets, I'm all for, especially since I am a veteran. And Their calendars are awesome. They've got some great merch. Check out pinupsforvets.com. And a shout out to you guys, except for the one that doesn't like Reese's that I heard on the broadcast last week.
Reese's Pieces, that is, and yes, I will back him. Reese's Pieces, no, not so much, but
I'm on board with the Reese's Pieces dislike,
Yes.
but if you don't do the peanut butter cups, you are suspect in my book.
Okay,
trying
you
100%
guys sounds like you both got you here, and you both like Reese's cups. You know the little Reese's minis, right? If you have a refrigerator at home with an ice machine on the door, turn off your ice maker, empty out your ice, and throw in Reese's minis in there. And then when you want a Reese's, you just go to your refrigerator, put your hand in there.
No. See, no. Because after a week they would have to roll me out my front door.
But
Speaking of shout outs out there, I definitely I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna put it out there. We only had 3 votes and there were 4 drivers, but for the green white checkered, who you got? We had Dylan Jacobs, Jake Raven, Jeremy Gill, and you in 4th. You got no votes.
You got none. You got no love.
I got no votes.
You got
No
the vote for me. You got the vote for me. I took it up, and it's like, you know what? Nobody wants to vote for Shane King. He's got the newest.
Oh, you know what?
I will vote for Shane King.
I
So,
can't.
what do you gotta say to the fans out there?
So I can't stand the driver that penned this phrase. But guess what? I just beat your favorite driver. All of them.
Well, there you go. There's a shout out to all the fans that wanted to hate on Shane King there for the end. Well, either way, buddy, congrats on the win. We'll let you go celebrate, and hopefully it won't be too long before we talk to you here again.
Yeah, I hope not. All right, you guys have a great night. Thanks.
Later,
You
Gary.
too, buddy. That is your winner here tonight, the 60 of Shane King, getting it done here, whether you voted for him or not. And I can tell you right now, he did. But either way, he got it done here tonight. I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in to the Nightmare on Oval Street race here tonight, as it ended up being a pretty good one here, especially, given, we came off of Talladega last week, and Talladega can be, Talladega doesn't matter what league you're in and how quality the drivers are. So good to see him get back out here on a track that is not exactly easy here at Chicagoland, and put in quite a bit of a green flag laps, and even seen some green flag pit stops here. Unfortunately for the 5, the fuel strategy didn't work out. I don't know if he was going for the fuel the award or not. He's not going to get it. Unfortunately, he's going to finish with a 20th here. But a good run for our rookie of the year of Jake Raven, coming home with a 3rd, and another good run for Jorge Ledesma Jr., who may have enough here. I'm not sure how the points will work out, but he's at least going to close the points a lot on Timothy Presley. But we're going to have to tune in next week to see who is the points leader and who's got the hot shoe for next week. But for myself and Jimmy here from the CRN booth and Chicagoland, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.